All right, all right, all right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy 2022 to you, champions. Welcome to our first presentation of 2022. I'm your presenter this evening, Coach JP, and just excited about everything that's happening for everybody, family. Can you believe that part of our team, part of Legends Together, is going to include a whole separate, we don't even have to do anything to trade kind of platform? I'm looking forward to that. That's a whole nother conversation, so we won't start there, but I want to say welcome. Family, tonight we're going to talk about something that if the information is applied, if it's seriously applied, and I'll tell you the story of a young lady by the name of Shamika in a little while, but if the information is seriously applied, working together with our particular team, Legends Together, which we are learning, building, and trading together, right? By being part of this platform, it can change your whole entire life if that's something that you're looking forward to having done. So let's dive straight into some information. I am Coach JP. I hail from the Virginia market, family entrepreneur at heart. I found out really early in my career when I was an electrician at a shipbuilding that I'm not that great of an employee. I kind of like getting up when I want to and starting when I want to and not working when I don't want to and all those kind of things. All the good trappings of an entrepreneur. Well, what we want to share with you today is literally your ability to create a significant lifestyle for yourself while also creating generational wealth for your family. So very simple objective that we have as Legends Together. Number one, our goal is to teach you what we're not taught in school. Now, I saw something the other day on YouTube that I thought was really interesting, y'all. There's I don't know where the school was, but in one of the schools, before the high school students can graduate, they have to pass a financial literacy platform that they put in place. Meaning they've got to be and I don't know what it is, but one of the students said, and one of the parents said, it's about time because a lot of children, graduate and don't have that financial literacy information. I'm excited about that. But anyway, we're going to teach you how money works. Now, we're going to be talking about ForEx trading, but what's so exciting about ForEx trading is it doesn't take a lot of capital to get into the market like in some other platforms. And we really want to unlock generational wealth. Now, the way we're going to do this, champions, our goal is to use financial literacy, right, and financial empowerment as that platform that we're going to spin this off on, okay? Financial literacy, right, and financial empowerment. That's our goal. So let's talk about what it's going to take. To give you an idea of my particular background, now I'm one of those people that the first time I looked at something not even as great as what you're looking at, it did well for me. I earned six figures, but when I first looked at it, my mind was so closed, right? I don't know if you've ever gone into anything with a closed mind or left your pocketbook in the car, like nobody's going to sell me anything, that's where my mind was. It was really closed. And the reason, though, was because just prior to that, my business partner and I had owned and operated a dealership 12 years together, 7 years with him prior to that. And we got taken out by the recession. So I was in a bad space because I lost everything from my home to my friends to cars, credit cards, cell phones, like everything had been lost. And I was moving back home with my mom. So I was kind of in a bad space. So I'm being invited to this particular meeting. I'm not interested. I don't want to hear anything because sometimes once you've been kicked around more than once, you kind of lose your dream. You lose your goals or you put them on the back burner. I don't know about men, but I know for me, I won't say all women, but for me, having worked on something for so long, to lose everything, it was a hard blow. So my mind wasn't open. So why am I telling you that story? Because I understand that some people come to a platform like this, may even get started in a platform like this, hear this information, but our mind is closed. I just need 30 minutes, right? I just need you to peel it open for me for 30 minutes. Let me slide in there because I understand that anybody who gets on a presentation at 9 o'clock on Wednesday night has a strong desire to win. I get that. You already have a smart device with a Wi-Fi connection. Now, if you've got 10 cents, drop 10 down in the comments. I need y'all to light the comments up. If you have 10 cents and you're ready to start playing the game, I need you to drop 10 down in the comments because what we're going to do is we're going to literally show you how 10 cents can literally help you to launch this particular platform. I mean, that's real true. But since we're going to talk about money, Miss Deborah, what I'm going to do is I have to kind of tell you that, listen, past performance is never indicative of future profits. The income projections that you're going to hear about, right, is everything is going to end up being based on, and Tamika can tell you this better, as good as anybody, based on you. Everything that we're going to show you. So as grandma used to say, you can't just talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. We're going to give you the information. We're going to empower you with the knowledge. It's going to be up to you to put that into action. Does that make sense, guys? It's going to be totally up to you. So let's dive straight into what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about foreign exchange. Let me get this erased. Hold on. Now we're going to talk about foreign exchange. Now, for me, a few years ago, it really did. I'd heard it because my former business partner at the dealership started to trade in the stock market and Forex. So I heard of it, but I didn't really know what it was. And we're familiar with exchanging funds. If we leave the US, we'll exchange, US dollar for like the peso or euro, or depending on where we go. This is your and my ability in a decentralized market that does over $6 trillion a day to literally invest in that market after we learn this particular skill set. And in some cases, like the Shamika that I'm going to tell you about, literally be able to reproduce the income that we have on a full-time job. So I like to call this the great equalizer. And let me tell you why. It doesn't matter. There are children right now that are learning how to trade that are young as 16 years old, right? And if you were to Google children in Forex and go to images, there's an image of a young man that's 16 in I guess he's in Europe, but anyway, he turned 16 pounds into like 80,000 pounds. And I don't know what that is in dollars, but I know it's a lot more than what he had. So if you're a child, a young person, you can learn this skill set, right? And you can literally set your life ablaze before you even come out of high school. If you are coming out of college and you're in your 30s and you're starting your life, but you're finding that, okay, this job thing doesn't pay me like I thought it was going to pay me, or I don't, I'm not able to do the things I thought I was going to be able to do. This will allow you to do it. Maybe you're closer to retirement and you're saying, ooh, I really don't have the money I need to retire. This can give it to you. Or maybe you're retired and you're saying, I need to supplement. This can give it to you. When I tell you that this is the great equalizer, that the whole idea of why Legends put together this team in this particular arena is because it helps every single person. The beautiful thing about foreign exchange is the small capital that it takes to get started. The fact that you can have multiple brokers, you can leverage brokers. We're going to show you everything that you need, all the education that you need, all the support that you need. Again, it's going to depend on YOU if you put it into action, but we're going to give it to you. We're going to show you how you can literally make money on your phone at work, just like Shamika, on your lunch break, just like Dr. Rob. We're going to show you how you can do that if you're willing to take the information that we give to you. Does that make sense, family? So here's something that I had to do. So again, I heard about Forex, but I wanted to really, really understand the value behind what our value proposition is, like how powerful is it? So I Googled, what do Harvard University students pay for foreign exchange trading? Now, you always you guys remember Rush Hour and he said, follow the money, right? In this particular case, I'm looking at something that blew my mind, because students, Cottrell, at Harvard University will pay $72,000 for what you and Dotram and Miss Jackie and I are going to get right here, and we can get it for no tuition if we do it right? They're willing to pay $72,000. So you then have to say to yourself, okay, why would somebody pay $72,000 to learn about what this lady's talking about? That's what you should be saying to yourself. And the reason they would is because of what it will pay, right? So I Googled salary of a foreign exchange trader. Now,
this is a fart.
Okay, Google. So salary of a foreign exchange trader. So this is not to say that this is your salary, right? This is just, hey, Google, stop. That's Google Home thing. And he's talking. I didn't ask him a question, but anyway. So I went online, and when I looked it up back in December of last year, The salary was $191,577. Now the reason 557. The reason I'm showing this to you is just for your information to understand why we chose this particular platform to financially empower people. So this was as of 12/20, okay? When I looked at it again, as of June of 2028, the income had grown to 193,000, right? 320. And family, when I looked at it back in August, and I'm gonna update these slides so we'll have something for 2022. But when I looked it up in August, it had grown from 193.3 to 193.9. So what does that tell you? Well, if you understand the power of choosing a place to grow your income, you want a place where the income trajectory is upwards. Does that make sense? And when we look at this, the income trajectory is exactly that. It is upward. So we're going to talk about 3 ways you're going to earn money. So write these down, okay? The number 1 we're going to talk about, you're going to learn how to copy and paste. Now you may be saying, how will I make money learning how to copy and paste? And I'm going to tell you how you do that, right? You're going to be able to take the ideas, the trading ideas of people who earn 6 figures a year, 7 figures a year, and 8 figures a year, take their ideas, put it into your trading app, and you're going to be able to earn money that way, right? That's the first way. Number 2 is you're going to become the trade, okay? In other words, we're going to educate you to know how to do what the people do that you're copying and pasting. In other words, we don't want a whole bunch of people who are dependent on somebody else. We want a whole bunch of people that with or without us, they're going to make some money. They're going to be able to create that luxurious lifestyle and create generational wealth all at the same time. And then lastly, family, if you decide to become an advocate, I'm going to explain what each one of these actually means in the next 20 minutes. And then we are out of here and you can get back with the person who invited you, because somebody thought a lot about you to actually invite you to this particular presentation. So let's go to number 1, copy and paste. So we have 2 amazing traders on our team, in our midst. One, her name is Miss Boss Lady, okay, Radiance Marie. And 2, his name is Joel McKinney. Now, 2 different trade styles, super smart, but they all started right where you and I are, not knowing anything about anything. But here's the thing. Radiance was working a great job raising her family, right? Taking care of her family. And all of a sudden the job decides, we no longer need you. I don't know if any of you have ever known anybody, or maybe if you're the person where the job decided, okay, we no longer need your services, right? So she was one of those persons. Well, she decided to learn the skill set of ForEx trading. And today, Miss Radiance Marie earns upwards of $100,000 a year just trading, and she doesn't work for anybody else. Persons get, they will actually send you and I trade ideas every day. And what you're looking at on the screen is a trade idea. This one's for US 30. This was one Great Britain pound versus Australian dollar, Great Britain pound versus the New Zealand dollar. They will tell you and I where to enter the market, because, when you're new, that's what you got to know, and when to take profit. That's what they're going to tell us. And sometimes they'll put like SL or stop loss, which means you want to protect your investment. They're going to, so don't worry about this in detail right now. I'm giving you the broad strokes. They're going to come in, right? And they're going to kind of fill it in the trainings that we have for you. We're going to explain all of this so it makes a lot of sense. But all you and I have to do with their wisdom is to literally copy that information and paste it into something we call MetaTrader 4, which is our trading platform, okay? Now, here is Dr. Rob, right? Here is Dr. Rob. And what I want to show you more than anything else on this one is how Dr. Rob literally took $1.20 and she turned it into $78. She took $1.20. Are y'all hearing me? Somebody needs to be excited out there to know that there's a possibility of taking $1.20 and turning it into $78. Because, all right, so Gatrell, let me get you to come off mute real quick. I want to ask you a couple of questions. If you're, I don't know if you're in a setting where you can come off mute. We didn't preset this up. I just want to ask a couple of quick questions. Okay, if Cottrell can't come off mute, who can hop off mute and have a conversation with me real quick?
I'm off.
My dude, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You know what? I have not seen you since last year. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
All right, so here's the thing, Cottrell. So we're looking at these trades, right? And you know the market a little bit. How much did she trade right here?
10 cents.
How much did she trade right here?
10 cents.
And how much did she trade right here?
We traded $1 here.
Okay. What was her return on her investment?
$78.71.
So Cottrell, let's just say Antoine walked into his bank on tomorrow morning, first thing, 9 o'clock, and handed them 12 dimes. Would they hand him $78.71?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. How long would he have to wait in the bank for his $1.20 to turn into $78?
A lifetime.
A lifetime. See, family, what we're showing you is what the banks are already doing with your money. Thank you, Cottrell. What the banks are already doing with your money. What they do when we make deposits and have certificates of deposit, they deposit the money on the foreign exchange. Who do you think did this first? Family, foreign exchange is over 1,500 years old. So once upon a time, you had to be a centralized bank. You had to be matter of fact, my bank, Chase Bank, is one of the biggest foreign exchange traders on the market. But they'll come to you, Antoine, they'll come to you, Angelo, and say, here, we're going to give you 0.05% on your CD. So if you have a $100 CD in a year, we're going to give you $2. We're not playing that game over here. We're going to show you how to do with your money the exact same thing that they're doing with your money without you having to deposit it there to get a return on the investment. That's number one. Number two, we want you to learn to trade. It has been said, get your education, because that's the one thing no one can ever take away from you. What I love about this platform, what I love about Legends and why we decided to do this is because we wanted to empower you to be able to trade independently. Our goal is 100,000 people that can literally trade independently and create a whole lifestyle, a whole income, right, from their cell phone. So our goals are very simple. You've got to know when to go in the market. So at first, Radiance, the owner of, Dr. Manoa and Joel are telling you when to go in and when to come out, right? And when to stay away. Then what we want next, or while you're copying and pasting, we want you to learn when to go in and buy, when to go in and sell, and when to just stay out of the market. For example, the end of the year and first of the year, market's kind of choppy. So they'll tell you, watch your risk. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to go in there, be careful because the banks are going through all kinds of things the first end of the year and first of the year. So how are we going to make sure that every single one of you get the exact same education, that none of us have any more education or any less education than the next person? Well, the way we're going to do that, right, is by partnering with a company called Tradenology. What Tradenology has is an entire university platform, from the point where you learn how to spell foreign exchange all the way through the point where you're able to actually customize your trading platform. They're going to educate each of us. Now, it's on demand, so nobody has to set aside a certain schedule. You get it in where you fit it in. That's what my nephews say, my young folks. Get it in where you fit it in. So if you're better in the mornings, take your classes in the morning. If you're better just on the weekends, take it on the weekends. Get yourself, as Shamika said last night, make sure you've got a journal. Make sure you've got a dedicated notebook. Make sure you go over the information and take notes until you've got it. This is your education that's going to change your life and your family's life forever. The beautiful thing is, it's not being taught by people who think they know how to trade. It's being taught by people who know what they're doing. Now, I told you I was going to tell you the story of Shamika. Her name is Miss Gibbs. And so if you look over there to the right, if you look over there to the right, this is one of her trades. You'll see that she says master signals. That means she got them from Mr. McKinney or from Miss Radiance. and my own analysis. Now, what does that mean? Well, what that simply means is, Miss Jackie, it means that now, right, she's able to do some of the signals on her own without relying just on the signals that come from somebody else. Well, Nikki, the power of that is this. So she started, let me give you her journey. So last October, not this past, but the October before that, when Legends came together and partnered with, and began to learn to, teach trading and learning to trade and stuff. So she didn't realize how powerful it was, like most of us. It's like, okay, that's nice. I'll do it sometime. I won't do it, that kind of thing. So she was copying and pasting the trades, and she realized, okay, when some of the trades come out, she's already, she's at work, or it's before, she's on her way to work. So she said, okay, you know what I'm going to do? In order to make sure I can take the trades, I'm going to go to work a little bit early, right? So she would get to work an hour early so that she could copy and paste what Joel and Radiance were sending out. Then she said she was making money, but she wasn't quite making money. So she decided, okay, you know what I need to do? I need to go back and really study this stuff. As opposed to just trying to wing it, I need to learn it. That's when she got the journal and the dedicated notebook and started taking the notes and things of that nature. Well, family, this was, one of her trades back in, it was July. Listen, let me share with you look over here to the right. I want you guys to look at that. So now, and Cottrell, if you could be adding up for me, if you can add up for me how much her investments were in this column to earn this right here, that would be great. As I finish telling this story. So she had gotten to a place where she was getting good. As you saw, she earned a $197 that one day. Then she was earning $1,000 or $1,200 or $600 a day. So now she's making more trading from her cell phone 30 minutes an hour, 2 hours a day than she's making working. So I guess it was back in August. She told us, she said, I'm thinking about, retiring from my job in December. And because again, you can see what she's making. So she's like, I'm thinking about leaving my job. I don't know what happened, but she had a supervisor who was not very nice. In September, the supervisor did something, said something. I'm not sure what happened, but family, let me tell you the power, Iman, of educating yourself. The power of this particular platform, Life Success. The power of getting in here, taking the information, educating yourself, making mistakes, coming out of your live account, Tony, going back into your demo account, which is where we want you to start. Rita, coming back into your live account, because this is what she did until she was comfortable, right? The supervisor said something, Marie in September, and she walked off the job that day. She didn't know though, Rhonda, when she started this journey, October of 2020, that it was going to empower her to be free of an oppressive situation in 2021. I'm telling you that, Teresa, because I want you guys to understand that it is totally up to you. Nobody told her what to do. This is a volunteer army. We're going to supply you with everything that you need in order to win, in order to learn, in order to grow. Let me go back to this one. But it's going to be up to you to apply it. Now, your first few days out the gate, again, we want you in your demo account because we don't want you spending your real money right away. Up to you, right? Okay. Then you go into what we call your live account, where you're spending your actual money. So Cottrell, just as an example, family, again, what you see on that right-hand side, this is after somebody has studied and trained and practiced and failed and practiced again. But Cottrell, what was her total investment to earn that $6,700? Were you able to add that up?
If we're just going off the right column over there, it was $15.90.
$15.90. So I want everybody, please, I'm gonna invite all of you guys to come off mute real quick. I want you guys to come off mute. Ask all to unmute. I want you to come off mute. And together, what I want us to do is just say, what did $15, right? $150. What did it get her? So on three, I want us all to just say the figure. I'm gonna circle it just in case people can't see it. What did $15 get her? On three. 1, 2, 3.
$6,777.04.
Anybody up here getting that in a day or two, would it change something in your life by this coming Friday? See, the power of this information, family, is just that, is if you will take it seriously, right? If you will take it seriously. There you go. See, family, if you will take this seriously, it can change not just your life, but your whole entire life. It's no race, right? Grandma said the race is not given to the swift. Just get the information. It took her 7-8 months before she mastered it. You know, well, really like 4 months once she decided to take it seriously. It only took her 4 months, but let's just call it a year. Call it a year. What would your life be like next year this time if you're earning $1,000, $2,000 a day? Now, again, our goal is $50 to $100 a day when you start. But I just want you to understand where we're headed. And the last piece I want to cover is this. Some of you are thinking to yourself, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm super glad my friend, my cousin, my coworker, whoever told me about this, because I would have never known that there was an opportunity like this. Well, there is an opportunity inside of this platform with the company that we represent for you to literally become something that we call an advocate. Now, what an advocate simply does is tell other people, like somebody told you, hey, you ain't have to struggle like that. You don't have to work those long hours. You don't have to worry about your retirement. You don't have to worry about paying off your college bills. You don't have to worry about not being out of debt. You don't have to worry about not being able to take care of your parents. There is a way for you to come over into this platform that I just partnered with this team called Legends. And literally, not only are they going to teach you how to trade, they've got a platform really with a robot that will trade for you. I ain't told y'all about all that yet. That's a whole nother conversation. But not only they're going to teach you how to trade, but you can literally replace your income like this girl named Shamika did. Family, I'm not going to go into a lot of the income, but here is what the company understands. That if they want 1 million traders globally that can trade independently, like we want 100,000 globally that can trade independently, there has to be an incentive for the advocate, the person that's willing to go and share the information. And so, family, if you will look here, let me go back. There we go. All right. So now, if you will look here, what they do is, as your team grows, they provide you with a weekly income that, you know, that after 4 weeks, you can see what the actual amount is. First things first, remember I said we can get the same education that Harvard students pay $72,000 for. We can get it for free, Antoine. We can, because once you get started and you refer 3 people and that, you know, that have the same package that you have, the company reimburses you for your tuition. So we pay 0, but we still have tax deductions that the Harvard students will never have because we're partnered with a company that's considered a home-based business platform. We're going to teach you all about the tax benefits later, but so you can literally get this education for free. But here is the beautiful thing, is that it's kind of like this. Most people know, you know, Grandma said birds of a feather flock together, right? So most of us know people who think like we do. They want to grow and go places and succeed and reach and accomplish like we do. So it's not hard to get 3 or 4 people that you can partner up with, start a little trading club with, grow together, learn together. It's not hard to do that. But your team is going to grow. As it does, you can see that the company is willing to reward you more and more and more on a weekly basis. Just since, August? We have people on our team that are already earning up, you know, $6,250 per week. People who are getting a free education, people who are earning $125 a week and more. All of that detail will come to you if you decide to become an advocate. I do a training on Tuesday where we break down to you how to actually make that happen. We'll talk about that then. But what I'm saying to you is that there are three ways of earning income. 3. Now, what I want to do is find out who that's new, not one of our partners, can tell me the 3 ways that we earn income in this platform with our team. Can anybody tell me what that is? Want to pop off mute real quick and tell me what are the 3 ways that we can earn income? We just talked about them.
Signals, your education in the university, and being a partner.
Very good. Excellent. Very good. Congrats. Who was that? Who was that? Oh, Antoine. Great job.
Anthony.
Absolutely. Great job. See, family, the beautiful thing about this company is in addition to the income, they're going to give you, world-class global travel that they're going to actually pay for as your company, as your business grows. They're going to pay for the car, make a car. Well, they're not going to tell you what car to buy. They're just going to give you anywhere from $250 to $5,000 towards the car of your choice, right? As an advocate. As an advocate, there are lifestyle bonuses on the table of $10,000 to $500,000, one-time, bonuses as your team grows. So all of that, you're going to learn about as we grow. Let me close out with this. We have a very, very powerful value proposition, and that is the ability to have time freedom. Shamika, right, that I was telling you about, she just created for herself time freedom. Because we send out the daily ForEx signals, because we have a world-class back office backed by a very experienced corporate team, your ability to create that family legacy and to learn on a weekly basis from not only Tradenology, but from our leaders as well, it doesn't get any better than that. So family, here's what we're going to do. There are two different packages you can choose from. One is $99, one is $199. What's the difference? With the VIP, you're going to get more education, more training from the owner of the company who earns over $10 million a year trading, right? So it's a great package to have. But if you need to start today at $99, ain't nobody mad, right? Here's the thing. We also have an IBO program that is actually $30 a month for the IBO program. And that allows the company to pay you that, reimburse you that tuition when you have those three, and pay you those additional bonuses as your three get three who get three. All of the tax benefits. Somebody type this in the chat for everybody. The website I want you to go to is hometaxsavings.com. hometaxsavings.com. On that website, Dr. Ronald Mueller, and he has books that I do recommend you look into investing in. But he talks about, family, there are two different tax codes in America. One for people who own businesses and one for people who work for people who own businesses. So as an employee, we have the ability now with this company to be on both sides of that, of those tax codes, because now we can be considered home-based business owners as well as if you're an employee. Does that make sense? So now you have the best of both worlds, and things that you could not write off your taxes, or maybe like you start with us now and you weren't in business last year, right? The things that you could not write off, cannot write off your taxes this year. Well, you can actually go back 6 months, but you can write off next year. Things like a portion of your mortgage and a portion of your light bill. I'm not a tax advisor. You're going to get with your advisor, but your portion of your car payment and or you can write off miles. The government is paying almost 60 cents per mile. So for every 10 miles you do, the government's paying you $6. And you could just be riding to your girlfriend's house because you guys are in the same trading club. There's so much out there, family. Clothes that you buy, events that you attend, books that you purchase, all these kinds of things that were not tax deductible prior to your getting started with us are now tax deductible. So grandma used to have these sayings, y'all. Listen, she would say there's no time like the present. She would say, don't put off till tomorrow what you need to get done today. All of that simply says, family, you're in the right place at the right time. Right now, according to, and I forget which alphabet agency it is, Miss Jackie, but they say that 42% of Americans, working class Americans, you guys know there's an employee shortage, right? For several reasons. But one is a lot of people found value in working from home and being with their family, and that's where they want to be. So 42% of Americans are looking for a way to be able to work from home on their own terms. We just found this out. I mean, we have a way that we can help them to do what they want to do. Radius Marie says this: do something today that your future self will thank you for. Because think about it, Miss Cynthia. If we knew 2 years ago, like Radius did, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, like Joel did, and started learning this 3, 4, 5 years ago, what would life be like today? You see what I'm saying? Well, guess what? It's 2022. 23 is coming. What? We're 5 days in. So in 360 days, 24 is coming, 25 is coming. And the question is, are we going to wait to take advantage of this? Or are we going to go ahead and take advantage of it right now? So get back with the person that invited you to this particular webinar. Let them know, okay, if you have questions, you should, because I haven't covered everything in detail. You can't do it in 40 minutes, right? We'll get you to look at, a chance to look into the back office. We'll take you on a test drive. We'll get you on some live training sessions. We'll introduce you to Joel and Radius and Danielle and Terry. We'll make sure that all of your questions get answered. Keep your mind open, family, because everything happens for a reason. There is a reason you're here tonight. This is not by happenstance. The steps of a good man or woman are ordered. You're here for a reason. But it's not always just for you. There are people on the other side of you who don't know the person that invited you, that you can help, that we'll never be able to help because we don't know them. Does that make sense? So when you're put in a position of empowerment like you are now, a lot of times it's not just about you, but it's about you and those you're connected to. So here's the thing, family. Once you decide you're in, we're going to connect you to what is one of the most amazing, supportive communities. We're going to, listen, we have things that are going to help you to trade.